Hey everyone, back again. So I just thought I'd do a little bit of a recap video about why we value landscapes, and this is going to come in handy for your assignment task. So as you can see here, that landscapes have value, and they can be either economic, so to do with money. They can be aesthetic, so things to do with beauty and the way that they look. They can have spiritual value, so a way that a person spiritually connects to the land. Or they can also have emotional value, so people can connect on an emotional value, an emotional level. So, for example, the aesthetic value of a landscape just means like how beautiful do you think that landscape is? So lots of people will take photographs of things that are beautiful. For example, here is Hong Kong Harbour, and during the day, this is like a normal harbour. It's a bit smoggy with all the pollution coming over from China, and the buildings are amazing. The human landscape's great, and behind it you've got these mountains, so the landscape looks pretty good. But at night you can see here that it just comes alive, and they have the symphony of lights excuse me, and they put on this fantastic, amazing light show, so it looks different. Now, someone might think, oh, that's just a whole bunch of lights, it doesn't really look that great. But for someone like me, I find that very visually appealing. Emotional value means how you feel about the landscape. So an example here is this place is the Flinders Ranges, and I have a very deep emotional connection to this landscape because it brings back some really good memories, because I did my first years of teaching at a school in the Flinders Ranges, and it's just so beautiful. So not only was it aesthetically valuable, it's emotionally valuable for me. It brings back some really, really happy memories. So I really like this place. I think it's great, and I'll often go back to visit it. Spiritual value is something on a different level. So other people might find it hard to describe spirituality, but it's this connection that you have on a level that sometimes you just can't see. So often it's referred to, it's easier to think about the traditional custodians or the traditional landowners of a landscape. So if we think about in Australia, the traditional custodians of Australia that are Torres Strait Islanders and our Indigenous people, they have a very spiritual connection to the land, and they have stories of dreaming of how these landforms are created. And just similarly as the Indigenous people of Australia have these stories and the spiritual value, the Indigenous people of the Navajo in America have a connection spiritually to the land and some of its landforms. So here we have an example of an amazing looking landform and a picture of a traditional descendant of the original owners of the land. So they would have a very spiritual connection. This is where often they would have ceremonies or other types of celebrations around this landform. So you connect and you value the land on a spiritual level. The last one is economical value, and sometimes it's really made easier to think about when you look at a human landscape. So here we have a picture of Las Vegas in America, which is actually kind of within a desert landscape, and it's the gambling hub really of America. Lots of tourists go there, lose lots of money, but it's known to be a gambling hotspot. Completely human landscape here. Not a lot of natural landscapes, except around the outside. But it brings in lots of money through tourism. On the other hand, you've got here is an example of Blair National Park in South Australia. Beautiful natural landscape. So not a lot of modification done by humans. However, it is a draw card. It brings in tourists, and it develops through the economy. When you go to pay to use the facilities there, that money gets pumped back into looking after the place. So when you're thinking about a landscape, it can have all four of these values. It might just have one. It just depends on how you view that landscape. So what I think might be emotionally valuable might not be emotionally valuable to you, or someone of a different gender, or a different culture, or a different age. So it's just something really you want to think about when you're researching your landscape, to think about the economical, the spiritual, the aesthetic, or what was the last one I said? Economic, spiritual, emotional and aesthetic value of the landscape, and think about which one maybe is the most important or the biggest draw card. Okay, thanks again.